and ask questions. Yeah, oops, I did the wrong one. I jumped in about, I think it was 28 laps in. And for the longest time, it was just, you know, your Talladega racing. I think it's out loud, but my laptop gave me some this editing software for this. So all my YouTube videos aren't as long. And it's just the main point, it's not the pauses I take. Let's get this ball moving. Because I might do this for the first few times. So yeah, I've got everything. What I'm looking at. Let me check the stats. Start from the bottom. Kevin Harvick. Now, the thing with the thing with Harvick that's going on right now is he's had a very bad year compared to last year. Which him and Hamlin, I think, equaled almost half the wins for the year, which is absolutely insane. I've never won this. Or if I have, I think it was... I don't remember. That's what I'll say. I don't remember there ever being a domination like that from somebody I've ever seen. Now, probably early could be my favorite cover, but that one they just like then we'll move up to guys like Randy. Let me get back to Harvick. Harvick is running, you know, about as great a year as you could have with a team. So, back what's up for a minute. But SHR just picked completely off this year. I mean, the only one to win, I think, has been Eric Almirola, and Almirola out of all people. To me, that's surprising because usually, and I don't mean this regularly, but usually it's Almirola does not do well at all. But also, gotten off of iRacing, and you know, as much as I don't want to, you know, not a junior, but that should have been his choice to go off iRacing. What it should have done was wait a couple of years thing. He just can't. It's like Danny Cook. He can drive, but he can't race. And I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna get Emerald fans hate on me, sure. But if you really think about it, he hasn't done much. Not enough to me, for me, to think he deserves a ride. You know, I'm sorry if that's so mean, but there's so many guys in the field that, to me, you can drop off and not really worry. And these guys, you know, you want to put guys before that can do something with the equipment. The best, you know, dominance I've ever seen in a car that was underperforming and the guy who actually driving was Warren Truex with the 78 team. Because how does you know furniture racing go from, you know, barely topping, making the top 5, 10. Because I'll be honest, Kurt Busch did pretty good in it. I think he got 1 or 2 wins in it. But there is nothing, like you saw a little bit, that car was pretty fast. Then here comes Warren Truex, who just destroyed everybody in that car. And she also had his, he also had his, crew chief, Chris, I think his last name. But those two together could beat anybody. I mean, they were just an unstoppable force. And I think if they were still to, you know, today as a team, they'd already have another championship. They would have probably dominated. And if Furniture didn't have to shut down, I think they could have ended up making it on their own. Yeah, I know, it's a chop that guy's nose off, but I think you can get down there. This year has not performed like he should, but that's also, you know, oh yeah, I got into talking about you can't really blame the guy for trying. He's done the best he can with the equipment he's got. I mean, he's run top 10, top 5 most races. So, you know, he's doing what he can with the equipment, but Stuart Haas is just off this season. That's what it is. If they, why talk crap about you, buddy? Thank you. I like he has a guy, I just don't know if he got the call and tell him you're risk or not. Now, I can tell, please not just hit ram me to me, please. I like lead. Okay, you gonna leave me behind. Thanks, buddy. happens. Oh, please change it up. Gosh, so I make a rookie mistake at places. Where the game is at, where the name of the game is way on the bottom. Now I got Bush behind me. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all got animation for a second. Now, I think, surprisingly, I think Kevin Harvick will beat them. I think they'll find their steam at the, in the playoffs. I think that, because you gotta think, last year, Kevin Harvick, like much like Kyle Larson this year, just dominated. Like, there was nobody who could beat, I can't even say about that. Sorry about you. I'll do it later. Oh, there we go. Okay, I only got 6 laps to go left. I need to pit if I don't want to fill that position. That should do it. Oh, okay, I'm in the lead. Now, this actually be a few races. Y'all can see me doing a few different tracks with this. But now we'll move on to Reddick. Reddick is his, I think it's his first second year. I think it's second year. Or third. Oh, I got it. But, the kid's been consistent. I've noticed he's done well. He hasn't, I don't think he's won yet, but he's been very consistent as of this year. Last year was like his freshman slump, where you just kind of learn it. Now he's picked up a little more, he's doing a little bit better. I think Rich Childress has done a good job picking out Tyler Reddick. Oh! That was, Jesus, obviously a lower end team. I don't think he has what it takes. Weirdly enough, I'm not trying to say NASCAR ain't former Colvin, but Johnson, I like him, oh, that's me. That's my bad. Sorry, hear me out. I'm trying to come down. Oh, that was Corey Control. I don't know Corey Authority. I know you was helping me, buddy. Yeah, y'all lost ground with that. This is some more arcade than I thought. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah, no. I am wrecking everybody, my bad. Oh, that's why you don't text and drive. I'm a perfect example of that. Oh, I'm not working with my handy teammate. Oh no. Here we go. Christopher Bell. Now we have next, which are 12th, Christopher Bell, 11th, Kurt Busch, 10th, Mike Kozlowski, and 9th, Joey Logano. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, Christopher Bell, all these guys in this team's bracket, Christopher Bell has proven he can win this year. It's his first year, and he's already won, I think, twice. So, he's someone I think could make it to the Championship 4. Now, do I think he could perform in the Championship 4? No, I don't know. That I can't tell you for a fact. But what I can tell you is this. Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano, I can pretty much say one of them are going to be in the, one if not two of them, possibly all of them, could be in the Championship 4. I see, unless something major happens, they're going to advance at least to the round of 8. Now, next up you got William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott. Now, here's where it's getting a little bit closer. William Byron and Alex Bowman, you know, they both won this year, and they both have been fairly good this year. They both ran they've all ran pretty much top 10 this year. So, and a few top 5. So, I mean, I don't see a point. I don't see, if they didn't get any off wins, finishing up front. Now, there was a little bit of a summer slump at the beginning of the summer for Hendricks, because they got, oh, but you know, we ain't gonna say that. Okay. Now, top 4. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Denny Hamlin, my bad. And Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott both are probably going to be in the top 4. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, I think what happens last year happens this year with Chase Elliott. You know, talking about with Harvick. If they'll end up in the same situation, I don't think so. Because Hendricks is going to double down now that they know they're all in the playoffs. They're going to try and get the Hendricks 4 to be in the top 4, but I don't think that'll happen. I mean, unless they just really outperform in these last 10 races. Now, your top 4. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson's going to be in the top 4. If you're not a Larson fan and you don't like the guy, I'm sorry about it. It's just going to happen. He runs too well in anything you put him in. Now, does he have some faults? Absolutely. Every driver does. He may have one bad race, may have 2 bad races. But I don't see, if there's 2 Hendricks cars that's going to make it into the Final 4, it'll be Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Now, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has done alright this year. I think he's got 1 or 2 wins. But I don't know if I see him making it to the championship for this year. I think he gets out in the round of 8. Martin Truex Jr., 19 car, he does well. He does just as well as he did in the 78. Probably not as well, but he does. He wins. So, no, I think he'll make it. He has a great chance of making it this year. Ryan Blaney, basically all from 1 to about 11th. They all pretty much have a chance to make it into the Final 4. Bar possibly Alex Bowman or William Byron. But out of everybody that's there, yeah, they're going to, at least 11 out of the 16 will have a chance of making it in. No. As the points go right now, Kyle Larson has a 28-point lead. And that's all playoff points. Or at least 15% of that is. Not 50%. 15 points that is. Now, as for like news this week, obviously we got to talk about Bubba. First thing I'm gonna talk about is Bubba Wallace finishing 3rd in the 400. You know, and I know it's a plate race. But here's my whole thing on Alex Bowman. You know, after watching most of this year, I thought maybe 2, maybe 3 top 10s were possible. I'm trying to find every bit of hope I can for this guy. Because I really didn't want him to succeed. Bar all the BLM and all that bullshit. I want this guy to do well. just for how good of a guy he is, and for how strongly he stands for stuff. I want this guy to do well. But every week he proves more and more that he can't deliver, and it's very disappointing. I want the guy to be as awesome as ever. I want him to be the next. I thought for a minute maybe he does have a possibility of being the next Jeff Gordon, or the next one. Excuse me, the next Wendell Scott. Where he actually has talent to win. But he continues to show me that he can't perform. And for anybody that wants to make comments in the comment section below saying, trying to start shit or start something, I don't have time for it. I don't. I have followed this kid and wanted him to do well since he started in the truck series, where he did well, where he won truck races. It's not like this kid ever didn't win. Like, they just rushed him up. They didn't let him race the truck series. Yeah, he won. He raced the truck series and won. Finished second in the championship. The kid has talent. I just want to see it. I want to see it recognized in the Cup Series. I don't know if it's going to happen next year. I hope, with all of my hope, that Kurt Busch is able to teach this kid and show him how to be a really great race car driver. And I hope this kid comes in next year and kicks ass. That's what I want for this guy. I hope he can do it. Because I do want him to prove people wrong. Because I have seen some shitty things said about this guy. Simply because he believed differently than somebody else. You want someone to do bad because of a certain thing about them? You're wrong. You're dead wrong. Sorry. I'm not discussing that. I have watched this guy for his merit and who he is as a person. How nice this guy is. How genuine this guy is. And people want to drag him down just because he raced for Rich Petty Motorsports. A little update on Rich Petty Motorsports. It's not like when his daddy ran and it was him and his daddy and they were just killing everybody at every single track. This ain't what that is. Richard Petty Motorsports is shit equipment. I'm sorry. You can sit there and argue with me about him being the king of NASCAR. Yeah, he's the king. He is King Richard. 200 wins. Undoubtedly, probably the greatest NASCAR driver to ever live. Maybe bring in Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. But just because he is the king of NASCAR does not mean his equipment is good. And I think a whole lot of times people forget that. And so, throughout the 50s through the 80s, it wasn't that. Hell, it got bad during the 80s. He couldn't win. He didn't win. Like, I think after 84, or it might be 87. So 84 or 87. But I want to see Bubba do well. In all honesty, I want to see Bubba do well. I hope Kurt Busch can teach him something. I hope he can. Because Kurt Busch, even though he's not one of the greatest of all time, is really, really good at what he does. And knows it well. The only person I think they could have gotten better to do that would have been Jeff or Jimmy. It's the only people I think could have really, really, really taught Bubba if they could. Like if Bubba comes up, here's what's probably gonna piss a lot of people off. If Bubba jumped into the 48 car or whatever car it is now. I mean, the old 48 car is the 5 car now. But say he jumps in that car. He is going to, I can guarantee you, you put Bubba in that car and he kicks ass. You put him in the car and he kicks major ass. And the only reason I can say this is because the kid has talent. Did you not see the sea of cars in front of him that wrecked? Like, at one point it was a closed door. If he didn't know what he was doing, guess where he'd have been? Right in that wreck with everybody else. If he was as do nothing and as terrible of a driver as all these Facebook commenters want to say it is, he would have been in that wreck. He would have not finished in third or second. And I think it greatly bothers people that, that's the way it is. But, no one hearing me. No, let's go to the news. Pardon me. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about this. A couple things I want to talk about. Oh yeah, we're talking about the race. Now, the end was, that huge ass wreck. Ron Blaney winning. And the entire race to me was fun to watch. It was, I actually wasn't even watching it from, TV. I was watching it from, Ryan Newman's in-car camera. I mean, I didn't see much. I was watching a little bit on my, I was listening to it on MRN. And catching little glimpses of what I could when I could. But from what I heard and what I saw, it was fine Daytona racing. I mean, at one point they all got into their train like they usually do. And ran that train for a while. But there's a whole lot of lead changes. They took down the horsepower. I think it was a 450 or a 550 package. But they wanted to bring down speed so the cars wouldn't flip. Which, I'm sorry, I'm one of those. I think you take a little bit of excitement out of it when the cars aren't a little bit dangerous. I understand everyone wanting to keep the drivers safe and alive. I very much understand that. I want that just as well. I don't want these guys. I don't want to lose another driver. No. But racing is still dangerous. Racing is still a very dangerous sport. I can't see them not flipping. I mean, here's the thing. With these new cars next year, they're testing all these different setups and for, the car. The next gen car. So, what we're probably seeing, it's probably going to be a lot of what we see with the new car next year, but we don't know what that new car is going to do. We haven't seen um, footage of it driving, or in packs, how it's going to race. So, what my worry is that these cars, even though they're going to be probably, their engine power is going to probably cut down for Talladega and Daytona. Look at how slender these cars are and how aerodynamic they are now. You tell me, if that car, even at 193 like they were running at Daytona, that car spinning around, and with how it is laid out, that thing not lifted in there, I bet you we see at least 3 or 4 flips next year. And that's going to go, oh my god, we need to cut down more horsepower. Hell, you cut down any more horsepower, you're going to be driving Nissan Civics around there. Or, I just fucked up really bad, like, saying that. I think I did. Honda Civic. Fuck. My bad. A Honda Civic. Fuck. And I feel stupid. Y'all can all laugh at me in the comments. I don't care. I know I sound stupid. My Honda Civic. I mean, think about that. And even then, the cars might get off the ground. Because they did back in the 50s. And they were going 130, I think, was at the speed at the time. That's what they were running Daytona, is 130. I mean, so not as fast as you can go in a car nowadays on the road. Well, not go as fast. You know what I mean. It was what most cars' top speed would end up being is 130, 140. Now people are safe. Then people feel safe getting up to those speeds, even if they do that. But I'm just looking at these cars next year will show us many things we haven't seen in a while. Just from the look of the car, I'm sorry, I don't care how you feel what you say. It looks more like the Gen 4 car, at least in the way it's laid out. Now, what I think it needs to do is sit up like that. I think it needs to sit back up like it did with the Gen 4. I think that'll save the car. And they need to take that damn splitter off. Every time there's a wreck at Daytona or Talladega or anywhere where they get in the grass real easy, that splitter just tears right off. And if it hadn't already, then it's going to end up getting somebody hurt. Big time. And NASCAR learned. NASCAR will take that thing off. I mean, they're just going to, and that's the biggest thing. They're worried about cost of money. Quit building cars where if they go into the grass, their front end gets tore off. Don't do that. And the thing see, oh yeah, we're going to talk about, we got about 15 minutes, so I'm going to talk about this. Brad Keselowski's moving to Roush Fenway. for a driver ownership role. And so, I'm pretty excited about it. I think he's going to do good. Now, I'm not a Keselowski hater, even though everyone's like, well, you're a Jeff Gordon fan. You shouldn't like him. And it's like, dude flies an American flag after every win. I like him just for that. Now, his attitude, I mean, he was a Penske driver for years. And plus, him and Hamlin Lord. I cannot wait to get some dang, Lord. I've never had a brain fart this bad. Shh. Give me some software so I can, edit these videos. That was the longest pause. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'll be able to, once I get some editing software, I'll be able to clean up my videos and it won't be as sporadic. But I think, now, I think it'll be good because he's going in for driver owner role. So he's going to own a minority stake of Roush Fenway. So it really be Roush Fenway Keselowski racing, which is very weird. I don't understand. Does it really have to change from Roush Fenway to Roush Fenway Keselowski? And it may not, but I've heard that going around, and so I'm like, could that happen? Would that happen? RFK? Sounds that not, it sounds weird, but if it happens, it happens. Brad Keselowski is a good enough driver himself to warrant that. And then now Austin Cindric is coming into the 2 car. Now, Austin Cindric, I think it's going to be a road course ringer. I think I think the next great battles on road courses will be him and Elliott, maybe Larson. I think if them 3 are out front, there will be great battles at road courses. But then again, he could hop in and not do anything. But I think he's got too much talent to not do anything. He's going to be one of the road course grades. Now, I haven't watched much of the Xfinity series to see how well he does over there, but from what I've heard, he does a lot of great things. He races great over there. So, I think he'll do good. I think he'll be a great replacement for Brad Keselowski. And so, you've already heard the other news. Kurt Busch is moving to 2311 Racing. So, he'll be in the 45 car, and this is where I almost asked real quick. He's going to be a great aid to Bubba. I think he will be the one who brings out Bubba's talent. I really do. I think give Bubba next year, because I promise you, with by race 3, he will at least be in top 5, top 10. Because I think next year won't be a track. I think it'll be a new track we'll be at in the 3rd week. But I hadn't seen the 2022 schedule released yet. So once that gets released, I think we will get a good idea. I'll get a better idea of where Bubba can race, or how I think he'll pick it up. If he'll pick it up or if he'll struggle. But there's also the possibility that he doesn't do well. Well, he just isn't picking up what Bush is putting down. And also, his I think it'll be a help because wait because Kurt, I mean he and Kurt both have been able to drive the next gen car, so they both already have an idea for how the car drives. I want you to watch the guys who have picked up, who have already been able to drive the brand new car, which I think is Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, and Austin Dillon. I think that's most of them that have driven, had to have tested the next gen car. If anything, I think those will be your standout guys at the beginning of the year. I think those will be the guys who pick it up first. Now, do I think? What another question I have is who will be the first? This is a question I have for y'all. Whoever watches this after it's been put up, answer this down below because we only got like 9 minutes left. But answer this down below. Who do you think will be the breakout star in the next gen car? Who do you think will be the next? Who do you think will be the next? Be the first one to jump out the gate and win with it. And I mean win consistently. Win 2 or 3 races. Because remember, it's the brainchild of Richard Childress and a few others. I think Penske too. So it's going to be interesting. But I think it's going to be Chevy that pulls it out first. I could be wrong, and Toyota could come in and just whip ass, But and I'll give you a list of who I think is going to be the breakout star. I think the breakout star will be Chase Elliott. Before I say Elliott Sadler like a dumbass. Chase Elliott, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch. I think those will be the first guys who will be able to just get in the car and win. But then again, I could see someone picking it up quickly, like, let's see, Alex Bowman. I think with how well he's done, this year alone, I think they'll be fine. I think he'll win at least 2 next year. I think Larson will have a bit of trouble. But I could be wrong. Anyways, And it's coming up on 55 minutes, so I'm gonna leave this here. I know y'all probably aren't gonna want to watch this whole thing, but please do. I appreciate every view y'all give me. I appreciate every like, even every dislike. I appreciate it because it gets me out there. It gets me moving. Gets me seen. So, please, if y'all could, just like the video, subscribe, and share it. Get me around to all your buddies that you know that love NASCAR. Join me in this journey because I'm here for it. I hope y'all are too. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.